Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today, let us see Class 8 English Literature, The Unicorn poem. Let's start. Let's Let us first analyze the poem. The main idea of the poem is that we are not going to ever see a unicorn. This poem, Unicorn, is telling us why we do not see a unicorn today. Some may say it is factual, while others may say it is a part of our belief. The poem was written in lyric form to show the show the feelings and the emotion. This poem is a myth. It tells a belief that we do not follow them anymore, that we do not follow the unicorn anymore. This poem is a narrative poem that tells us the story of why we are not able to see the unicorn today. Let's see stanza 1. A long time ago, when the earth was green, and there was more kind of animals than you have ever seen, and they ran around free while the world was being born, and the loveliest of all was the unicorn. The poet Shel tells the short story of beautiful unicorn that existed long time ago when the earth was green. He says that there are many kind of animals that we could imagine. There are many kinds of animals that we could imagine. They were moving freely and running around when the world was born. The poet tells that when the world was born, the animals was moving around. He says that unicorn was the loveliest of all. He says that the unicorn was the loveliest. Stanza 2. There was a green alligators and long-necked geese. There was a humpy bumpy camels and chimpanzees. There was cats and rats and elephants. But sure as you were born, the loveliest of all was the unicorn. Here the poet says that there were green alligators and geese with long neck everywhere. There were humpy bumpy camels and chimpanzees everywhere. There were cats, rats and elephants everywhere, but the unicorn was the loveliest animal. So the poet highlights the sentence that unicorn was the loveliest animal. And he also says that in this stanza the poet states that there were many green alligators and geese with long neck geese and chimpanzees, humpy bumpy camels, rats, cats and elephants. But yes, unicorn was the loveliest animal. Third stanza. But the Lord seen some sin in and it caused him pain. He says, stand back, I am gonna make it rain. He says, hey brother Noah, I will tell you what to do. Go and build me a floating zoo. In the third stanza, the poet says that, but the Lord was in a lot of pain to see the people misbehaving, that is sinning. The poet says that Lord was in pain to see the people who are misbehaving. God decided to make it rain for a long period of time. So God decided to punish the people by making it rain for 40 days and 40 nights. And due to the rain, the earth will be destroyed. God told Noah to build an ark, that is a floating zoo, in which a pair of each kind of animals would be housed. So God tells the Noah to build an ark, a zoo, basically a zoo, in that a pair of each kind of animals, that is chimpanzees, the green alligators, camels, green alligators, camels, chimpanzees, cats, rats, and elephants. And yes, unicorns should also be there in the zoo. So God tells the Noah to keep two pair of each kind of animals in the zoo. In the stanza 4, and you take two alligators and a couple of geese, two humpy bumpy camels and two chimpanzees. Take two cats and rats and elephants. But sure as you are born, Noah, do not forget my unicorn. So in this stanza, here the Lord tells to the Noah to take a couple of geese, couple of camels, couple of chimpanzees, couple of cats, rats, elephants, and unicorn. So basically, in this stanza, the Lord tells Noah to take couple of geese, two pair of geese, two camels, two chimpanzees, cats, rats, and elephants, and unicorn. Let's see another stanza. Stanza 5. Now Noah was there. He answered the call, and he finished up the ark just as the rain was falling. He marched in the animals two by two, and he called out as they went through. In this stanza, the poet tells that Noah builded the ark as the Lord commanded him. Noah builded the ark as Lord commanded him, and he completed the task which was assigned by the God. So he completed the task which was assigned by Lord. And it started to rain heavily. Now Noah marched animals into two by two, and he called out as they were into the ark. So now Noah completed the zoo, and he started marching the animals, putting the animals two by two into the zoo. Hey Lord, I got your two alligators and couple of geese, and your humpy bumpy camels and two chimpanzees. I have got your rats, cats, and elephants. But Lord, I am so foreign because I just did not see no unicorn. So Noah tells that Lord that he managed. Noah tells that Lord he managed to get two green alligators, geese, humpy bumpy camels, chimpanzees, cats, and rats and elephants on the board ark. So Noah tells to the Lord that he somewhat managed to get two alligators, chimpanzees, geese, camels, cats, rats, and elephants in the zoo. But Noah tells the Lord he could not see the unicorn. So Noah feels very sorry. Noah feels unhappy, and he tells the Lord that, sorry Lord, I could not see the unicorn. Oh Noah, look out through the driving rain. But the unicorns were hiding and playing the silly games. They were kicking and splashing the misty morn. Oh, them silly unicorn. So in the stanza 7, the poet tells that when the Lord ordered Noah to build an ark, it was time to set sail. So Lord commanded Noah to build an ark. So now it was the time to set the sail. And unicorns were off dancing in water and enjoying themselves and ignoring the Noah's call. So in this stanza, the poet tells that basically it was time to get set. And when the Noah was calling unicorn were busy playing the silly games like hide and seek and dancing in the water and enjoying. Stanza 8. Goats started goating and the snakes started snaking, elephants started elephanting, and the boat started snaking. The mouse started squeezing and lions started roaring, and everyone's aboard but not the unicorn. The poet says that goats, snakes, elephant, mouse, lion boarded the ark except the unicorn. So the poet says that goats, snakes, elephant, mouse, lion, all of them boarded into the ark except the unicorn. There as green alligators and long-necked geese and some humpy bumpy camels and chimpanzees. Noah cried, "Close the door because the rain is falling and we just cannot wait for the unicorns." So in stanza 9, there were green alligators, long-necked geese, humpy-bumpy camels, and chimpanzees. Noah said loudly that we closed the door as it was raining heavily. They could not longer wait for a unicorn to come board. So in this stanza, the poet tells that Noah boarded everyone, that is green alligators, long-necked geese, camels and chimpanzees. And Noah cried and shouted loudly, "Close the door because it is raining heavily outside and we cannot waste our time in waiting for the unicorn." 10th stanza. The ark started moving and it drifted with tide. The unicorn looked up from the rocks and they cried, and the waters came down, sort of floated them away. That's why you never see a unicorn this very day. The ark started moving and shifting along with the tide. The unicorn saw the ark moving from the rock, and the unicorn started crying. But the water came down and they floated away. As we know, unicorn never made it on board, so we do not see them anymore. So in this stanza, the poet says that the ark started moving. Until then, the unicorn saw the ark that it was moving. Then the unicorn cried, but the water came down. So water started decreasing and the unicorn floated away. So the poet says that, as we know, unicorn never made it on board. The unicorn did not answer the Noah's call. In stanza 7, the unicorn ignored the Noah's call, so we cannot see them anymore. 11th stanza. You will see green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpy-bumpy camels and some chimpanzees, some rats and cats and elephants, but sure as you are born, you will never gonna see no unicorn. So the poet says that, poet Shel says that you will see green alligators and geese with long neck everywhere, humpy-bumpy camels and chimpanzees, some rats, cats and elephants, but the unicorn were nowhere to be seen. I hope you understood the poem, The Unicorn. I will paste the link of this PPT in the description box. Do check the link and go through the slides. Thank you.